Hi, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Kuhn with Powered by Angels. I help accomplished women entering the second half of life reconnect with the purpose God placed within them through the wisdom of astrology, the loving guidance of angels, and a practical path toward living a life with clarity, confidence, peace, and permission. I am here with Mars in Gemini. Yes, Mars has entered Gemini. This is a fast, curious, mentally activating transit. It's also happening with Mercury retrograde, which also deals with the mind because Gemini is governed by Mercury. So we've got a really interesting energy. And so let's get to it. When Mars enters Gemini, it really is that ignition for the mind. It is the time where the door opens, your mind's door opens to new ideas, conversations, and new pathways into your soul purpose. The interesting thing about Mars entering Gemini is it's literally an acceleration. Gemini is movement, curiosity, duality, right? Anybody who knows a Gem knows there's the duality nature of Gemini, as well as communication. It's air, it carries ideas, it opens new possibilities, mental flexibility, right? That allows you to see things from multiple angles. Gemini's fast because it's air, it moves, right? Air moves quickly. It wants you to explore, ask questions, and gathers information. When Mars enters Gemini, your mind, though, becomes this incredibly powerful engine. It accelerates everything. Your thoughts become really active, your ideas will multiply, and your desire to connect and communicate and express become stronger. And when this Mars action meets Gemini movement, if you're feeling that your thoughts are all over the place, your mind is like not being, pulled together, yeah, that's the influence of this energy. And for those of you that may be like that anyway, this could be a hard adjustment because we came out of Cancer, right? Where the Cancer energy is emotional and protective and internal. And when Mars is in Cancer, you work from a position of feeling. Well, now that Mars is in Gemini, the energy shifts from feeling to thinking, from internally processing to externally expressing everything, right? You may have been thinking things, but now you're saying what you're thinking. And you're not protecting, you're now exploring. You're willing to go out and do things and see things and figure things out. Remember that the shift from water to air, while it feels maybe a little more wild, you still need to be purposeful, right? You need to be purposeful with what you are saying. You may feel that you want to move faster, make decisions a little quicker, but you also have to keep in mind that we're still under, and we will be for a while, the Mercury retrograde influence. Now, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and so this is going to ask you to slow things down. There's this push-pull dynamic that's going to be, working to like say, well, I want to act, but I really better think first. I need to revisit, right? I need to reconsider. Even though Mars transited into Gemini, and normally in this transit, you would be able to move fast and start things and move quickly. If you're feeling like there's speed bumps, that's because we're under this retrograde. So don't think about this transit is a time for rushing, think about this as your time to revise, refine, and realign. You may feel moments of frustration and mental overload, but these are just signals, not setbacks. So know that Mercury retrograde is helping you refine your path so that when Mars accelerates, when the retrograde ends and the Mars acceleration will take flight in Gemini, it's going to take you in the right direction. Got to trust that. And so our soul purpose work for this transit is probably going to be very similar to what you may be doing for the soul purpose work for the Mercury retrograde. If you did not have an opportunity to take that workshop, we really talked about how the retrograde energy and what we can do to harness it, because retrogrades are an opportunity. They're not a punishment. It's an opportunity to take a step back. And we're mid-year, right? So it's this opportunity to take the step back and make sure that you plan for the other half of the year. So while you're reevaluating, now that Mars has moved into Gemini, there's some journal prompts that I, call you to think about. Because you're being invited to refine your messaging, reconnect with your truth, and follow your curiosity where it leads you. And when your mind becomes clearer, your purpose becomes clearer. So be sure to track what's coming up. Your mind is in a powerful state right now. Honor those thoughts, but don't necessarily act on them unless you're confident you've looked at it from all angles. I hope that makes sense. Because the retrograde is not really going to be allow you to move forward like a normal Mars and Gemini transit. Now, Archangel Zadkiel is our definitive archangel for Gemini. And he's so incredible for mental clarity, which is exactly what we all need right now. So if your mind feels scattered, overstimulated, overloaded, Archangel Zadkiel will help you organize your thoughts and see that bigger picture. He brings the calm to the mental storm and helps you choose the right ideas, not all ideas, right? The right ideas, not all of them. You're going to have a lot of them, but only a few are going to be right. And he'll help you trust your intuition as to which are the right ideas. And then rewrite your narrative with, compassion and wisdom. And this kind of revisiting of what you need to do. Now, because we are talking about voice, and insight and mental calm and heart alignment and focus, we also have 3 other archangels that we want to call into this transit too. So we'll talk about those in a sec. This prayer to Archangel Zadkiel is really for him to help you around your mind and your thoughts. So when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel confused, this is the prayer to invoke Archangel Zadkiel, help me release confusion, overwhelm, and mental clutter. Guide me towards wisdom, alignment, and truth. Right? And so it is. Yeah, right? So when that mind feels really confused, you can reach out and invoke this prayer to give Archangel Zadkiel to help him soothe your mind. Now, our other archangels are a part of your divine team. Gabriel for communication, Uriel for calm and insight, right? The illuminator of wisdom, and Chamuel for heart alignment, right? For concentration, for focus. So talk to Archangel Zadkiel to help you clear your thoughts, unscatter them, and make you see the bigger picture, and then to communicate what you see to make sure you're tapping into your own wisdom and your focus and prioritization. You can additionally call on Gabriel, Uriel, and Chamuel during this transit um, to support you as you move through Mars and Gemini. Keep me grounded, focused, expressive, and aligned. May my thoughts, words, and actions reflect the highest version of who I am. Because that's ultimately what we are seeking here, right? Is the highest version of ourselves. A few things that I want you, my viewers, to know about. Want you to be aware of what's going on for the month of July. On July 10th, there's a Venus in Virgo workshop, everything you need to know to navigate this transit. When Venus, I am a Virgo, so I love when planets come into my sign. I sort of kind of revel in the yumminess of it all. But for some of you, Venus in Virgo is going to be a little different, and your partners may be acting in a little different way because Virgo is grounded practicality. So if you're interested to understand and learn about how this transit impacts you and your chart, join us on July 10th. This is a free workshop. On July 24th is a name your price workshop. Is this all there is? Discover why success doesn't always lead to fulfillment. This is really a workshop to kind of understand where you are today on your journey, why you may not feel like everything is the way you would have expected it to be. And it's not about changing you, it's about unlocking and getting you to know who you really are. And it really dovetails into the premises in Living Your Soul's Purpose, my new book that should be out in a couple of days. So it should be out July 5th, 6th, available on Amazon. Keep an eye out for emails, notices, and social posts around the availability of that book. But all the concepts of living your soul's purpose and identifying why success doesn't necessarily lead to fulfillment. That's what this July workshop is all about. And again, it's name your price. And I do name your price because I know some of you are on a limited budget, and I don't want the price of admission to be an impact. So as little as $1, and you're more than welcome to join this workshop. Some people, pay more, some people pay less. It's an energy exchange, and it's a commitment to to working on yourself. I've also partnered with Abby. Abby is an amazingly talented medium and tarot card reader. She has special pricing for all Powered by Angels followers, subscribers, and customers. I no longer offer tarot card readings and mediumship services, so I can focus on my soul purpose work. And so I am now partnering with Abby, who is giving you special prices. I actually use her myself, so she is completely and totally the real deal. I encourage you to work with her as well. If this video has resonated you, has supported you, and has given you information you need to hear right now, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message. I thank you for being here. As always, in gratitude with purpose and light, I'm Jacqueline Kuhn. Have a fabulous Mars and Gemini.